All right, so we want to welcome everyone to another program, another Mikey Live program, and I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson. People, this is where it all goes down. It's like a movie: suspense, action, and drama. There's never a dull moment on the program, and so we are happy to have you for another day. Happy to have you for another week, and there are so many things that we will be telling you about tonight. Things that has happened in Grenada, things that has happened outside of Grenada. We're gonna, however, be placing a lot of emphasis on what's happening here at home. What happened on the weekend that you'd like to talk about? We can have a seat, we can kick back, knock off our shoes, and loosen our ties and have a good conversation. What do you want to talk about? What happened over the weekend? So folks, we're going to talk about everything that you want to talk about, all right? Let's take a look at tonight's headlines. In the headlines, there's a man that is missing, and a police boy, they need your help in locating him. Of course, his family, they are concerned, and the police as well. They are pretty concerned, so we're going to be talking about that tonight, all right? The ministry warns about the jump challenge. Yep, there's been an accident at Point this morning. Very interesting. We're going to talk about that, and stabbing incident reported at St. Patrick, and the missing person's name is Devon Jeffrey. I told you about that earlier, but didn't give his name. His name is Devon Jeffrey. All right, we'll talk about that. Region affected by the Saharan dust, and for those of you who are experiencing respiratory difficulties and so on, that may just be the reason. It's about to get worse. And St. Lucia Zooks sold. We'll talk about that too and more when we return on tonight's Mikey Live. We also understand that the attorney for the GUT has decided to call it quit. He says, they've been behaving very disrespectful, handling negotiations without his involvement. That's attorney Cadgington Hood. So he said, what going on here? Yeah, I'm the attorney, so I need to be consulted when certain decisions and negotiations are happening. And so by virtue of being left out of recent talks, he's decided to call it quits. We're going to talk about that and more when we return, man. We want to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through kind compliments of Nawasa, Digicel, and WPG10. And of course, we're going to come back with the news. When we come back, real news in Ololililolo. We see some people have not yet shared the program, and for those of you who have not yet done so, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead and share the business. The news is free. To make sure that it remains free, all we ask of you is to share the business. Now, we are coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We enjoy the luxury of a quality water supply, but it can come to this. Have adequate storage.
It's one of the most anticipated events in 2020, the Grenada Music Festival, June 5th to 7th at the home of the festival, Quarantine Recreational Park. 12 live bands, more than 16 dynamic performers, great food and local culture. The Grenada Music Festival, June 5th to 7th. Bigger and better in 2020. Get ready.
Are you you looking to rent chairs and tables? Then call Wacky Tea Rentals. We rent tables and chairs for any event. We have 7 different types of chairs: plastic, folding chairs, gray and white, resin white chairs, conference chairs, even Shivari chairs in gold and white. We also rent 6 feet and 8 feet rectangular folding tables, 4 feet and 5 feet round tables, and even cocktail tables. Give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Or visit our office at Frequente Industrial Park, Grand St. George.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
And that's what they are committed to doing. They say they want to ensure that they bring value home. So we want to big up Quartz. I want to say thank you to my virgin Leon. DeLeon. All right. It's my real soul, yeah. So blessings to you. Now, folks, we are about to tell you about the petroleum prices. Of course, there has been an adjustment, and at around this time of the month, there's always, all right, in the Energy Ministry's price adjustment, the petroleum products this month, gasoline at the pumps on mainland Grenada will be sold 37 cents less. All right, this month there's a reduction in the prices of the gasoline and the diesel and the kerosene and the 100-pound cylinder of cooking gas. The price change takes effect as of the 18th of the month, which is tomorrow. Now, gasoline at the pump on the mainland will now be sold at $14.31, down from $14.68. The price of diesel is reduced by 50 cents to $14.01 per gallon, while kerosene goes down 59 cents to $8.38. Now in Carriacou, gasoline is also down by the same margin, decreased to $14.49, and diesel goes down to $14.19, and kerosene in Carriacou now $8.58. In Petite Martinique, the price of gasoline moves from $9.36 to $8.99, and diesel moves to $8.99, and the kerosene $8.50. That's 58 cents. All right, correction, 58 cents. Now, there's no change in the price of the 20-pound cylinder of cooking gas, and however, on the mainland, the 100-pound cylinder goes down from the old price of $213.65 to $204.60. Bulk goes down 5 cents to $2.15 in Grenada and the Sister Isles. In Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the 100-pound cylinder will now be sold at $227.60. Now, the adjustments all show reduction computed by the Energy Division of the Ministry of Finance for the period 13th January 2020 to the 12th of February 2020. Please be guided accordingly. Now, the next thing that we have to tell all your boy, the 4th annual Grenada Invitational will be officially launched on Wednesday. The Board of Directors and the local organizing committee of Grenada Invitational Inc. will be primarily hosting a media activity at the Radisson, I think it is. Yes, at the Radisson. That's what it's basically going to be about, all right, on Wednesday. All right, they say that there will be several key features, all right, and certain things will be revealed. So you'll have to listen up to the news for all the new updates as it relates to the Grenada Invitational. Now, the ministry boy, they are warning people about a new challenge is called the jump challenge. It's like a tripping challenge. So you tell somebody to jump, and when they jump, as you can see on the screen, I don't know if it's clear enough, but when they jump, you trip them. Some people fall, knock their head, break their arms, and so on. It seems to be a new craze, a very new craze, and so the ministry is warning against that. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development, Religious Affairs and Information has learned of a new and dangerous game, they say, named the Jump Challenge, that is becoming popular among high school students, both internationally and regionally. Now, in the jump challenge, all three people stand at the horizontal line. Well, are you telling me people how to do the thing? Standing at a horizontal line, facing forward, and aim to jump to touch the ceiling or to simply jump altogether. However, the two people on the outside, I can't believe you all are telling me people how to do the thing. Anyway, I'm not going to tell all the details of how to do the jump. All we know is that the thing happening. Tell it the parents and them. Tell the children and them. Do not get yourself involved in no jumping game with nobody. Once it involves jumping, don't do it unless it's part of your physical education and it will be instructed by your PE teacher. Don't get involved in none of that. All right. So, as we said, it involves people tripping each other, falling down, and so on. Now, the game is very dangerous, they say, because the person who falls can sustain many types of injuries, including broken bones, head injuries, and spinal injuries, among other things. Injuries can be serious enough to result in death based on the nature of the fall sustained. Now, the ministry hereby alerts the general public, particularly parents, to be aware of the serious nature of this game and the resulting harm that can befall their children or relatives if they participate in the jump challenge. Now, while students are encouraged to be physically active and to socialize with their peers, the jump challenge does not constitute a constructive social activity. Now, the head and the spinal injuries sometimes take months and years to heal, while some people become and remain paralyzed. Health is critical to one's quality of life. No one wants to spend their youth and beyond incapacitated, but the jump challenge can result in undesired outcomes. The ministry therefore seeks the cooperation of the public in making others aware of the very dangerous game and remains hopeful that our young people, our students, will exercise good judgment and refrain from the jump challenge. All right, very good. From the Ministry of Education, that is being on top of the game to inform parents and so on about that. Yeah, you don't want. Boy, this morning, all the cock the crow yet, you know. We received call about an accident in the Point area. Boy, it seemed to have been pretty serious. A vehicle overturned somewhat in the Point area. That's close to the Travelers Bar. We are not too sure as to what caused the crash, but as soon as it happened, persons went to the aid of those in the vehicle. As you can see in this very short clip, just taken moments after the vehicle lost control. At least the people in the area jumped into action. Yes, and so no death as we know it resulted as from this incident. So at least we still have to say thank God, despite it happened, that no one died. Right? Well, of course, because of the time of the day in which it happened, it caused a severe delay in traffic because it was just around rush hour where persons were trying to get to work. All right, and so we at least thank God that this wasn't as serious as it could have been. All right. So earlier we're moving on. On the weekend, it was the launch of the band Oro, one of the first major launches for 2020 of a mass band. Hey! It was on another level. The thing was lit, different, Of course, it has sparked conversations in many quarters. What am I to say? I'm just around for the comments. It was a very interesting launch. The organizers went all the way out to put on an interesting, a mind-blowing presentation. And for those who were in attendance, I believe that the organizers would have met their objective. But Grenadians? No! Leave Grenadians to comment. Let me tell you something. The little thing in the bottom of your screen that says, write a comment. It doesn't mean that you have to. You have a choice. Just as if a man tell you jump, you won't just jump. It says write a comment here. It don't mean that you have to. If you don't have nothing to say, hush. But Grenadians, boy, what? It's like the thing is they're translating the little thing in the bottom there to say, write something negative here. And I'm not saying one cannot be open to express themselves, but Grenadians must always write something negative. Jesus! Anyway, really that talking. I don't know, but what? Grenadians say how they set people to please it. Anyway, lady that dog there. How are we looking for time? Alright? Although we're moving on, but yeah. There are so many more bands to be launched, and we will try our best to see how as many as possible. We will be bringing you the band launches that matter. Alright? So the trending bands, you would see, we will make sure that we bring it live on the program. If you didn't see it live on Mikey Live, that means it didn't happen. Oh God. If you had a trend, you had to be on the ML, you know what I mean? I just say it. I mean, you gotta, you know, making it go some kind of path live. That mean, you know, get it ready yet. So, there was, according to reports, a stabbing incident in St. Patrick. All little family behaving bad. What you mean? All little family behaving bad. One man, according to my colleagues at We, is said to be helping police with investigation in connection with a stabbing incident in St. Patrick on the weekend. They say the incident happened in the Fond area. They say there's some sort of argument between two individuals, and then it resulted in stabbing. They say the victim received the stab wounds to his head, back, and hand, you know. They say he was taken to the Princess Alice Hospital and was later transferred to the General Hospital. You understand what it is, boy? What we doing, boy? What I'm to all you, boy? Behave all yourself now, man. I want to big up my boys on them on the block and thing. All rude boys. I want to big up all that. All that let me behave now, man. Place nice. Oh, yeah. So let me get serious. We want to show you a picture on the program. Police, they are seeking your assistance in locating Devon Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey is 30 years old and he's actually from Lamode in St. George. Now, according to police, you understand? Jeffrey was last seen on Sunday, 16 February 2020 at about 5:50 p.m. He's approximately 6 feet 1 inch in height, medium build, and dark in complexion. You understand? Now, anyone seen Devon Jeffrey or has any information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the Central police station at 440-2245, CID at 440-3921, police emergency at 911, police hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. They really, 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 really need your help in finding him. All right, guys? So do what you can. If you see him, just call any of those numbers. The easiest thing is to get the call the police emergency 911 if you forget all the other numbers. You know what I mean? And just one thing before I move on, going back to the live, I know that during the show Friday, Saturday, you all realized the live cut off, right? Let me help you all to explain something. There are some songs that are copywritten, so they have copyright protection. And once these songs are played on any platform for that matter, but particularly social media, if you do not have the permission to so do, then Facebook will flag that. And when I say flag that, I mean that Facebook would send you a warning. If the song continues to play, then Facebook would do one of two things. They would either mute the song during the live, and even for playback as well, or in some cases, if it is more than one song that is played during the whole live, then you run the risk of your live being shut down. The latter happened to us. In fact, both scenarios happened to us on Saturday, because there were a lot of songs that were being played during the presentations. In the first instance, songs were muted, and when Facebook realized, well, hey, we're muting songs and all is still going ahead, then Facebook disconnected the live. So that is why we did the live in parts, because every time Facebook disconnected, we had to start the live all over again. So for those of you who were hoping that it was an error on our path, that the system did not make it, that the system failed, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but our systems work perfectly. It is just that Facebook have their rules in order for you to use their platform, and that was one of the rules. And so as a result of that, the live got shut off. Yeah, but our system, don't play with the system. System bad like Bobo, you know, take all the time. Anyway, so let's get serious again. So we have more things to tell you. No, for persons who are having respiratory problems, you might find that you are a bit stuffy, or you find your little baby behaving in a kind of way, agitated and so on, or you find that you're sneezing a lot. What I can tell you is that Saharan dust is affecting us to some degree, and it really compromises the quality of the air that we breathe. And here's what, if you think that is bad, severe Saharan dust, we are expecting our surge as of tomorrow. You understand? So brace all yourself for that. According to reports, nearly all islands across the Eastern Caribbean are likely to be affected. You understand? So let's see what's going to happen. We spoke to Dr. Terence Marichaud about the whole Saharan dust, and this is his explanation.
So first of all, what is the Sahara dust? It's sand and dust that comes from the Sahara Desert in North Africa and finds its way into the atmosphere and comes to the Caribbean, North America. The countries most affected in the Caribbean is in the Northern Caribbean, places like St. Martin and so, but in the Southern Caribbean, where we are located, we do see the signs of it and we do see the effects of it. Now, inhaling dust of that nature can have an effect on even healthy people. You can have what is called an inflammatory effect, which means that you feel sick and you feel lethargic, as if you have no energy. That is for just normal people. But you can also have a reaction, and particularly in people who have allergic problems. You can have sneezing, nasal congestion, you can have itching, you can have runny eyes, those kinds of symptoms. And particularly in people who have respiratory problems like asthma and emphysema, these are people who are more prone to having like a serious reaction to the dust, particularly if they are, allergic to dust, because we know that dust is one of the triggers for respiratory problems like asthma.
Yes, and the doctor says there's about almost nothing you can do about it but to avoid going outside and stuff like that, all right? So this dust is forecast to get a bit worse as the week progresses. In fact, that would start tomorrow, and according to reports, visibility will be notably reduced on Tuesday through the remainder of the week, coinciding with the highest concentration of the dust. Now, air quality will also be reduced to levels that may just be unhealthy for sensitive groups. All right, and so please be guided accordingly. This thing, it almost looks like a ball of fire. It looks like like flames. It also looks like, when they have their little hurricane thingies. Yeah, but anyway, let's hope that all will be well with those of you who are. Hey, Suzette, you there? Big up your whole self, you say. Suzette, thank you very much. You here? I have to say thank you to Suzette. I just want to say that in addition to everyone else who are pillars to this program, Suzette has really shown that she is a real loyalist and an advocate for the program and a pillar and support to the program. And I just want to take a moment, guys, to say thank you very much to Suzette for being part of the whole process. All right, all the thanks, Suzette. Say thank you, Suzette. All you. For a little bit of breaking of the ice right now, if all you see what's breaking the internet, all you will not believe.
Watch it, girl, with she pum pum short, and she tongue there and she bark. They're trying to stop the fog, but that is just that. What is the top uniform? Tongue to tongue tongue tongue. What is the top uniform? Tongue to tongue tongue tongue. What is the top? What is the top? What is the top? What is the top?
What is the top uniform? Tongue to tongue tongue tongue. Listen, this is Temptress. Now, people gravitate to people for various reasons. Temptress may not be able to spell Carriacou, I don't know. She may not remember the date Grenada first got its independence. That's fine too. But what we cannot ignore, Temptress have a voice. Temptress could sing. No, all the thing, that no papi show, man. Right now the video is breaking the internet. I ain't not making it up.
Watch it, girl, with she pum pum short, and she tongue there and she bark. They're trying to stop the fog, but that is just that. What is the top uniform? Tongue to tongue tongue tongue. What is the top uniform? Tongue to tongue tongue tongue. What is the top? What is the top? What is the top? What is the top?
Ladies and gentlemen, Temptress is breaking the government internet. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? Olio, how are we looking for time? I have room for another story. Olio. Well, Temptress, well, go come out and me scream that Temptress. What it is? You want to take over my show? What I don't understand? You girl want to take over my show? Oh, yeah. So here that piece. The Zooks, the St. Lucia Zooks have been sold to a group of investors with extensive experience in high-profile cricket, KPH Dream Cricket Private Limited. They are based in India, and they are knowledgeable owners who have a track record of success on and off the field in major events. Now, according to reports, they will bring a huge amount of experience to the tournament and to the St. Lucia team. Now, the Zooks have been part of the CPL since the league's inception, making the playoffs during the 2016 season. They play their home games at the Darren Sammy International Cricket Grounds, a stadium named after the man who has captained them for 6 of their 7 seasons. Last year, the Zooks team featured Sammy, Fawad Ahmed, Rakim Cornwall, Andre Fletcher, Grenada's own that is, Colin the Granholm, and Tisara Pereira. Right now, the team has had a history of struggles, and so it is now hoped that with the franchise now having new owners and so on, that its faith will be changed. You understand? Y'all had to get Sammy to calm down. Yeah, come on, beat me. Sammy too wild. I like him, but he wild. Sometimes I think he needs to be a little more mature on the field. That's all. Only whooping. You remind me of when we used to play cricket with Ghostpo and coconut tash or coconut tangle. You know what I mean? Only I said whoop. Settle down, bro. Settle down and play the game. You guys could win the game. But only whoop. One day Sammy go bat himself here. One day Sammy go make one whoop and he go bat himself, you know. Watch, all you go see how they tell you. Goat mouth. Right, all you, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? You have a story I wanted to play, you know, but I'll play tomorrow because all you go say is woman I want. If I play this story from St. Lucia, so I will save myself and I don't play no story with no police. I will play that tomorrow. But I have a piece for all you. An entertainment piece for all you that you might or might not have seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, check the piece out. By the way, what time is Marshall Monday? All you, check that out. Check that. Check it, I tell you, look at me, look on the screen. Contender for the road match and international soca monarch Iwa and Kess. The stage do good again in a live performance a couple days ago.
So test me, please. Only I want George fans, what you do on in the air. Two hand in the air. Only guest fans, what you do on in the air. Two hand in the air. If you know we win the road march, what you do on in the air. Two hand in the air. But if we win the road march, I'm so come on that. 1, 2. When I went up on the rammer, the stage was full. I went up on the master, the stage was full. Give up on the the stage was nice. It was a paradise. What a boy. But when I come back on carnival VIP, and I hear the big like this, tell them when me and my section touch the bench. Because the stage not good. The stage not good. They say the stage not good.
And that's a bit of entertainment for you. Iowa George and Kes, probably one of the duos favorited to win the International Power Soca Monarch. Well, they'll have to come up against Grenada's Looney Spark and Electrify, which will not be an easy challenge for Iowa George and Kes, of course, because we run Power Soca, whether they believe it or not. Yes? So, good. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? Good. All year. So, the next thing we have to tell you about is the sponsors. And then we're going to come back. We have for you when we return the national report. We may have also the weather for you and any additional information we'll give. By the way, my brother's karaoke. Don't play all this tush on the thing. Support my brother's karaoke because it is something big. All right. There are various places that he goes out and so on Tuesdays, the Junction Bar. Rukane, 8 p.m. to 12. Wednesdays, Golden Bar, Gold's Bar, Pedmata, 7 to 12. Then Thursdays, Junction Vibe Bar, that's Cafe Junction, Crowshoe, 7 to 12. Then Fridays, J&J Restaurant and Bar, Grand Dance, 8 p.m. to 12. Saturday, Mass Shop, Hopeville, 8 to 12. Sunday, Sweet Corner Bar, Vincent's, 8 to 12. All right, so that's karaoke. The best of karaoke's in Grenada, hosted by my brother, Michael Hutchinson. All right, folks, we're taking a break and we'll return shortly.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We enjoy the luxury of a quality water supply. But it can come to this. Have adequate storage.
It's one of the most anticipated events in 2020, the Grenada Music Festival, June 5th to 7th, at the home of the festival, Quarantine Recreational Park. 12 live bands, more than 16 dynamic performers, great food and local culture. The Grenada Music Festival, June 5th to 7th, bigger and better in 2020. Get ready.
Are you planning an event or looking to rent tents? Then call the tent experts at Wacky Tea Rentals. We rent tents for all occasions. Tents in different colors, styles, and 25 different sizes. From as little as 10 by 10 to as large as 100 by 40. Call us at 439-TENT. That's 439-8368. Or visit our office at Frequente Industrial Park, Brannan, St. George. We are Grenada's tent people.
Why not stay in? turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
And that's what they do. They bring value home. It is now time for the National Report. Here now is the National Report.
First person released from quarantine praises Ministry of Health for protecting Grenada's borders. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Monday, February 17, 2020, I am Sherry Ann Noel. A Grenadian student who has just been released from quarantine has praised the Ministry of Health for implementing measures to protect the country's borders from the coronavirus. Wesley McKee was released over the weekend after remaining in quarantine for the mandatory 14 days and being given the all clear after health officials determined that he presented no symptoms of the virus and therefore posed no risk to the country. Mackie, who is studying in China, told the Government Information Service he is pleased with the efforts of the ministry to ensure people remain safe.
Quarantine is definitely necessary. There's no question about it. There's nowhere to build up to that. It's just a point to be made. It is definitely necessary. Even though the person may not be infected, they come from a place where there's the possibility. So quarantine is definitely a necessity. So that has to happen for safety purposes. It's a procedure that is necessary. I'm gonna put that out there. Use that word again, necessary. All right, that's the first point. And the second point, when it comes to the way to deal with this, my best advice: don't freak out. Don't freak out. Calm down. Think about the situation. Like, do your research. If you're so scared of something, then you should know about it. You shouldn't let something scare you without looking into it to understand why you're scared in the first place. So you should understand the situation before losing your mind or treating someone like an exile, because if you see or meet anyone whom has been to China in Grenada, they have definitely already gone through quarantine to ensure that they're safe. So you shouldn't be backing away from them, because the time period has already gone. The tests have been made. They've been checked to ensure that you and they themselves are safe.
The Ministry of Health continues to beef up its surveillance system in response to the coronavirus, now officially called COVID-19. On Friday, the Ministry of Health cleared and distributed 15 new handheld non-contact thermometers to be used as part of its upscaling of surveillance and monitoring efforts. The medical-grade devices, which will be used to check body temperatures of individuals, were divided among the Morris Bishop International Airport and the government-operated health centers. Some of the devices will also be taken to the health facilities on the sister isle of Carriacou. The 15 thermometers are in addition to those already in use at the airport and other health facilities on island. At a recent post-cabinet media brief, Health Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele spoke to the importance of upscaling the surveillance and monitoring systems.
We would have had in stock 8,000 masks and personal protection. We have ordered an additional 10,000. So we've doubled what we would have had for the year, because we rarely do use those. Those would be used mainly in the hospitals or so. So we've doubled that. The measures to quarantine also comes with a significant expense, because it was important to us, it was important to me in particular, that these individuals were made as comfortable as possible while under quarantine, because they had just traveled. Two, they are our children who have come back home. For whatever reason, they have gotten out of a stressful situation. We want to make sure that they're comfortable. That comes at an additional expense. The other measures with respect to, as we've said, we've put additional cameras up at the points of entry, particularly Morris Bishop International. There is coordination between us, Airport Authority, and St. George's University for isolation equipment. They will be stepping up on that, so that will be threefold instead of just the Ministry of Health.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Kayak Mass 2020, February 15th to February 25th, and the real events, making one spectacular carnival. Saturday, February 15th, Children Mass, Frolic, and the Big Show. Thursday, February 20th, Queen Show Night. February 21st, Soca Monarch. Saturday, 22nd, Chab Convention, Calypso and Groovy. Sunday, February 23rd, Monday, Juve and Monday Night Mass. Tuesday, February 25th, Shakespeare Mass, and the Last Lap. All the major MCs and DJs will be inside Kayak Mass 2020. Make reservations and book now.
Welcome back. The banking sector in Grenada and other member countries of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, continues to be stable with signs of improvement in some areas. This finding was contained in the Financial Stability Report for the ECCU, which was presented at the just concluded 95th meeting of the Monetary Council of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB. Grenada's Council Alternate Honorable Gregory Bowen, accompanied by Shari Joseph, head of the Policy Unit in the Ministry of Finance, attended the February 14, 2020 meeting at the bank's headquarters in St. Kitts and Nevis. According to the communique disseminated at the conclusion of the meeting, the credit union sector continued to grow and is a significant player in the provision of financial services in the ECCU. The communique further states that risks to the stability of the ECCU financial sector were moderate amid changes in the economic and financial landscape. Possible risks to financial stability were identified as slower economic growth, natural disasters, low investment yields, climate change, and cyber resilience. Overall, the ECCU financial sector is projected to remain stable in 2020 despite its ongoing challenges. Economic growth in the ECCU was estimated at 3.3% in 2019, compared to 3.8% in 2018. Economic growth for 2020 is projected at 3.2% and 2.2% in 2021. Globally, economic growth was estimated at 3% in 2019, down from 3.8% in 2018. The projection for 2020 is 3.4%. The 96th meeting of the Monetary Council is scheduled for July 24, 2020 in St. Kitts and Nevis. And finally, the students of the Montmorris Anglican School were the recipients of 112 book bags that contain notebooks, pens, and pencils from former student of the institution, Terence Dowden. Dowden, who resides and operates the Level 1 Beauty Lounge in New York, made the presentation to the principal and students during the Monday morning assembly at the Montmorris Anglican School.
This is the same school I went to when I was a little boy. So I was sitting not in the same chair, I'm at church, but the school is a little different. And I just wanted to know, I am one of the students that came and had the privilege to go to school at Montmorris. So I'm here as an adult doing this. I think it's important that other people in the neighborhood, in Grenada, should see it is valuable, or it is time for more of this happening throughout the year to different schools and different children, which it is happening, but a little bit more, right? It's never enough. So again, it's good to be here. I want to thank Level 1 Beauty Salon in New York, the clients, the people that made this happen, contributed to it. Thank God. You know, it's not easy, but we have to just go forward and know what we're doing for what we're doing, and it becomes easy after a while. The whole of Montmorris community, I want to thank you for making this happening, and everybody that is here this morning. So with love and peace, joy and happiness to everyone.
Principal Rachel Fort says the donations are timely and welcome, as the content is what is needed by the students of the institution. The school, she says, caters for students from preschool to grade 6.
The donation this morning is a very timely one in that a lot of our students are in need of such resources in order to make their life more comfortable at this school. Coming from the villages that serve this institution, we appreciate it a lot. And this is not the first year that Mr. Dowden is doing such a great act of kindness to this school. As a matter of fact, this is the third year since my principalship at this school, and so we appreciate it a lot and we welcome such gesture in the future.
Mrs. Ford says donations from the corporate community is always a good way to give back to the development of the future minds of the country.
Sometimes it may go unnoticed that schools are not needy of such resources, but I can tell you it goes a long way. And so I would make appeal at this time for other corporate citizens, community members, if they can come forward, not mainly for Montmaris Anglican, but to schools across the nation to help out in such activities. And I can tell you schools will be very appreciative of it.
The presentation to the Montmaris Anglican School is the third such presentation by Mr. Dowden in recent times. And with that story, we come to the end of the National Report for Monday, February 17, 2020. I am Sherry Ann Noel. Thank you for viewing.
All right, well, thank you very much, Sherry Ann, and everyone else who were part of the production of the National Report. And we can look forward to another National Report tomorrow, God's willing. It's a bit cloudy. It's been a bit cloudy for the past few days. There's a chance of some rain tonight. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It feels like 27 degrees in St. George's. Precipitation 10%, humidity 81%, and winds 23 kilometers per hour. Generic weather for you right there. And folks, before we wrap it up, I'd like to remind you guys that you can check out many of our stories that you've heard tonight on the program via our website. That's MikeyLive.com. That's MikeyLive.com. On the website, you will find everything Mikey Live, right? So for example, our YouTube page, you'll find that there as well, where you can go back to view all our live programs in one place without having to search too hard. You can find that on MikeyLive.com. All the stories, everything that you need to know, you'll find it there, MikeyLive.com. Angel, Shireen, Kireen, Meryl, my sister, and Linton, my other sister, Mike, my brother, Mom, good night to you, Shermin, Kireen, Camille, Zaka, Kathleen, Nika, Joyous, and did I say Shireen and Lydon, Trevelin, and Mishi. Also we have with us Peter, big up Peter, and Anne-Marie. We have you there as well. We see you there. And Colette, Ventress, Tamashal, and Sharon. Blessings. Yeah, so the GUT and the GUTY, yeah, and the lawyer seems to be not going down too good. Kajintan Hood, he's saying that, hey, listen, I hear that there's been negotiations and all these things taking place, and I'm the lawyer, and I know nothing about it. Hey, what kind of disrespect is that? And he says, you know what? He's calling it quits. Yeah, and he also mentioned some other things. But yeah, the gist of the thing is he's saying that, hey, nah, nothing no go so. Folks, we'll touch base tomorrow. God's willing. Take care of yourselves and your family. You have only one life to live. Live it to the fullest. Don't let anyone steal your joy, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, ja! No. Goodbye. Have a good one.